Hello, welcome back everyone. This is Amy, Mystic Rose Tarot. So, I am recording this on Tuesday, December 26th, day after Christmas. This is my Yule Winter Solstice reading that I normally do either on the day of solstice, Yule, or at least a few days beforehand. But in this case, I didn't. But here it is. It's been a while since I've done one of these solstice equinox readings. And the way I do my readings for the solstice and equinox is I focus with the energy of the tropical astrology signs for winter. I'm slowly beginning to explore. I should say beginning, I'm slowly exploring sidereal astronomical astrology, where basically the signs are placed in a different time pattern, date pattern, and they don't literally fall in line with the seasons that we know in tropical astrology. So I want to keep this somewhat basic with the readings, and I want to stay in line because I do follow Western astrology, and as I said, I'm learning sidereal astrology as well. I want to incorporate that, but put the sidereal astrology for something separate. So for this reading, it will be Western astrology. So I will be doing 9 cards, 3 for each month of the winter season. So winter started during the winter solstice. As we moved in from Sagittarius to Capricorn, Western astrology wise, and that takes us from December 21st to January 19th or 20th. So as you can hear in the background, Spirit is going to be my cheerleader, like he tends to do on the occasion when I do my records. It's okay, baby's looking at me, I know. So we're going to do the 3 signs that culminate the winter season. And so winter solstice ushers in the sign of Capricorn. And then from Capricorn, we go into the sign of Aquarius, which is like the peak of the winter season. I'll talk a little bit about the winter energy before doing this reading for you. And then we close out the winter season in the sign of Pisces, and we start getting ready for that fiery energy of Aries. Pisces is water. Aquarius is air, even though it's known as the water bearer. It is seen as a air sign in Western astrology. And then going backwards, Capricorn's our earth sign. Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn, but also Uranus. And for Pisces, we have Jupiter and Neptune. Neptune is the traditional ruling planet for Pisces. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about the winter energy, because I've been leading upon how the winter energy is actually not of hibernation, but one of preparing. We've already done our time of being more in our introverted side during the fall season. The fall is our waning time of the year. And now as we're in winter, we are waxing because our days are getting longer. We won't see it for probably until like mid-January. And then when we hit February 1st, which is Imbolc, that is the first light of winter. That's when it becomes apparent that our days are growing longer. And then in March, I think it's the first weekend in March, we lose our hour. And we start that whole cycle again of the time change. So with this winter energy, okay, winter is our coldest time of the year, okay? Our 3 months of January, February, and March, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. This is a time where all this energy that we've been waning and conserving during the fall autumn equinox, and now to the winter solstice, we now start building this energy up. Okay, it's even though it is the coldest time of the year, it's a time that we need to start preparing. It's a time that we need to start looking at what we have. I use the term resources quite a bit. Look at the resources that we've had. This is almost a way of going through an inventory of what we have within ourselves, with our physical resources, our inner spiritual resources. What can we let go of? You know, in pagan Wiccan tradition, we have Samhain to be seen as the new year. Okay, that's a new beginning. That's when the veil gets thinner during that time of the year. But this thinning of the veil becomes more with connecting with our ancestors, those who've passed on, those who want to communicate with those that are closest to us, that mean a lot to us. We connect with that energy at that time of the year. So it's a time of celebration, but also holding space and remembering those who've passed and celebrating their legacy. But here in winter, we take all of those influences, that time of slowing down that energy, and hopefully saving up that energy and slowly building up this fire of planning and organizing and getting ready for our spring season, which starts in March. Okay, so like March 20th or 21st, I believe it is, for 2024. So I'm gonna move something because Spirit's gonna grab into a bag, if you can hear already, and he's gonna make a lot of noise. I have to remove this. So hold on one second. Alrighty. I don't know how well that's going to go, but so I will be doing a reading for the spring equinox to welcome in that energy for those next 3 months during the spring season. But here, let's focus on this energy of the winter, of Yule, of connecting with people and extending that connection outward in many different ways. So I have 2 decks here, and these are seasonal decks for me. I alternate my decks every season. So now as we are in the winter season, I move my decks into the energies that I feel are appropriate and representatory of the season. So here for our reading for Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces, many of you know this. Here's the Witch's Oracle, which basically sets the tone of the season of each sign. And then here is the Wildwood Tarot. Sorry for the glare. Is the Wildwood Tarot. And so this is a deck that works with all the seasons, including the lesser Sabbats. Lesser Sabbats are like Imbolc, the in-between transitional Wiccan holidays. We have Imbolc, Beltane, Lammas, Samhain. So there's 8 total. So we have 4 lesser Sabbats, which are the ones I just mentioned, and the other 4 are the solstices and equinoxes. Okay, so we have 4 quarters twice. The in-between transitory ones of Imbolc and Beltane, Lammas, Samhain, and then we have our other seasons: Ostara, Litha, Mabon, and of course Yule. Okay, Samhain is not a major, it is a holiday, no, I shouldn't say holiday, but it is a celebratory Sabbath, but it is not part of the 4 greater quarters like the solstices and the equinoxes. So those are seen as lesser Sabbats, but they are still celebrated amongst many in the pagan and Wiccan community. All right, so I'm going to shuffle this more. My Wildwood Tarot is showing its wear around the edges, but it's a wonderful deck for these kinds of readings. And here's our Witch's Oracle. I will put links in the description so you know where to purchase these decks if you're interested or want to look into them more, into the decks further. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to welcome in the reading in the sign of Capricorn. Okay, again, this is going to be for a tropical Western astrology reading. All right, so I have to shift myself. I have a different camera setup. I'm trying it with my phone, so if you see a little bit of camera shake, that's where it's coming from. There we go. Let's do this here. Oops. There we go. I'm going to make sure this is locked down even more. Oops. I like these unedited scenarios. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so this first set of readings is for Capricorn. Capricorn takes us through December 21st to January 19th. Okay, every year or every other year it does change. So sometimes the winter solstice will be either on the 20th or the 21st, and Capricorn will start from that time onward and go into January, either January 19th or 20th. Okay, so let's go here with Capricorn. All right. So I'm going to do all these I'm going to do all the signs, and then I will do the interpretation for each card. Capricorn. Okay, again, this is our Witch's Oracle. Let's see what cards we have here. What holds us into the month of Capricorn? I haven't had many jumper cards, so let's see here. Okay, well, that's easy enough. We'll do those two. Interesting. Okay, for Capricorn. Now let's do Pisces, or Aquarius. I hope you can hear that soft chime. The house here in front has this wonderful set of chimes that just rings, as you can hear, really, really softly, even when it's windy. The weight of the chimes themselves don't move erratically. They move with their own weight, so it's not banging against each other. Okay, Aquarius. All right. Okay, since those flipped over, I'm going to leave those up. Okay, and then let's see what we have here for our month of Pisces, closing out our winter solstice season. Okay, so again, this card is like the main focus for that month, astrological month. I'm gonna have to move our berries here. Okay, for Pisces. Pisces energy closing off the winter season, ushering us into spring. Some cards fell off the floor or to the floor, so I want to shuffle this. Okay, all right, let's see what we have here. Okay, for Pisces. Alrighty, here comes our reading. Okay, so we see here for Capricorn. For Capricorn, we have the Witch's Oracle. Oh, retreat. Okay, so here with our Witch's Oracle, this is a bit appropriate for our winter season. Some areas of the states, the northern hemisphere, just isn't quite getting the winter that is normal during this time of the year. We're getting somewhat warm temperatures here, but in this area, even though there's no snow or anything that's very winter-like, we still have this sense of hibernation, retreat. And the way I want to read this card here for the month of Capricorn from December 21st to January 19th is when you're hibernating, retreating, doing what you need to take care of yourself, it's a healing process. But also there's this time following up with these two cards, with the Woodward and the Eight of Bows. We need to know this energy that we're conserving during this retreat of time. It's something that we're regenerating. You know, retreat, regenerating. These are energies that are reforming. They're dying out. They're being regenerated. They're being recirculated. And they're going through a process of personal sifting and letting go of things that just, you know, we are removing these particles that we don't need anymore. We've outgrown them. They no longer utilize our needs. Okay, so during this time of hibernate, we're still doing things. This is a card more of internal work, the work that we are doing at this time as we are preparing for our spring season. Here, okay, we got the Woodward. This can be associated, depending on numerically, this could be seen as either strength or justice. Okay. Here, of the Woodward, and this is more of strength. We're seeing this warrior. We're seeing this energy of the lynx right alongside of a strong force, also wearing the skin of the lynx. This is supportive energy. This is energy coming inward, being released and manifested. This is the energy that we take once we've retreated, regenerated, and we start going into action. Okay? We're not physically moving just yet, though. Okay, again, this is Capricorn. Capricorn is this sign where it is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is of tradition. It is of things that are of great value. They are workers. They are doers. Priority for them is to get things done and to complete it all the way. It's for their own satisfaction. Okay. So when we use this energy right now of self-healing, self-regenerating, and preparing for this movement, okay, we need to also find this way of approaching the direction that we want to go in a new way. Okay. Whenever there's a change, whenever we are going into a new phase of ourselves, we're letting go of the old. We're growing. And that's what's very important. We're seeing the growth, the time that was spent in this mode. We also have the full moon here, and as of this reading, we are a full moon in Gemini. Okay, full moon in Gemini. Gemini is full communication. Communication can also come through the way we express ourselves through words, written, intellect. Okay, I feel this time of this card here, the cave, the retreat. It's also reigniting our perspective on things, how we can change that up. New perspectives, old ways of thinking are gone, and we combine this energy of the body moving forward, getting influenced by this mind, its perspective, its directive of where it wants to go. Okay, here we have our 8 of bows. This is fiery energy. So we're seeing this energy shifted with a community. And this is good because this leads almost to the energy of Aquarius, because Aquarius is the community-centric sign. It's a sign that thinks about the masses, thinks about the collective, getting together and exchanging ideas. But we'll talk about that with Aquarius. So here, this energy is all about our collective selves, finding people that think like ourselves, understand our ideals, and seeing where we can take this energy next too. This is the creative fire with the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn's earth. A lot of discipline and boundaries, limitations that they put upon themselves to complete things, like no distractions. But all that energy, all that effort that's being put during the month of Capricorn, we start seeing it come out in a way of where the community is seeing the work that you've been doing. They're seeing and appreciate your efforts. Okay, so here for this month of Capricorn, okay, I know I said that it's not a time of retreating, but we are still indoors for the most part. And this is a time, this retreat is more of our home, where we have our security based, but we're still taking actions in different ways. We're doing actions mentally and emotionally and spiritually. All of that stuff that we don't physically see is changing inside. Capricorn, for me, it is the cardinal sign. It ushers the winter season, but it also brings in this focus, this determination of getting things done, making those commitments. Okay. All right, let's go right into Aquarius. So we got the Wizard. Spiritual impeccability. Okay, those are big words for for this card, but we have here the Lion. We see the scepter here, which is held by the sign of Neptune, but it's put down. The dedication, the commitment, very similar to this card here of the Woodward. But we're seeing it here. We're seeing a transformation going on. This is the Strength. This is the Master. For the month of Aquarius, how do we handle this inner strength? Our inner belief, how we perceive things so strongly. How can we get that experience outward? This is trusting our instincts, following our heart. Interesting. King of Bows. We got more fire. Fire, fire. Okay, remember what I was saying about Aquarius being an air sign. Air is fueled, or fire is fueled by air. We have our ideas, we have our perceptions here with Aquarius. Aquarius being the conscious thinker, the rebel, person who sees things differently. An individual and energy of Aquarius is that the more unusual, the more inspiring it becomes to Aquarius. The more out of the box it is for Aquarius, the more inspiring it is, the more creative it is for them. And it's in the mental capacity, in its perception. So the Wizard here we see is the Magician. Person who understands how to use their gifts and how to transpire them outwardly to others. But again, this comes with ideals. Aquarius is ruled by one of the signs of Uranus and Saturn. Okay, Saturn, again, we still have that discipline and the limitations that Aquarius sometimes, it can be a challenge because they don't like to have any boundaries, but they are a fixed sign. So that influence of Saturn upon the sign of Aquarius is needed. It helps put that order and structure of their perception of things and puts it in a path, in a way that it is directed to where you want it to be sent out. Your ideas, your thoughts, so on and so forth. Uranus is spontaneity, changes. A lot of the air signs like change. They like things to keep moving, keep flowing. And that harnesses this inner drive of Aquarius. Okay, this reading here is for Aquarius, which takes us in 2024 from January 20th, I believe, to February 19th or 20th. And then from February 20th or 21st, we go into Pisces. But for Aquarius here, we're looking at all of this fiery energy. The snake is the healer. The snake is of wisdom, of knowledge. There's a lot of challenges that are happening here in this card with the King of Bows. But the King of Bows is a card that, by going through those challenges and understanding and seeing how they work and how they move, how these challenges move, we're able to dissect and get a clearer perspective of things by this fiery movement. All of these different influences that we have here with the King of Bows. Ten of Bows, completion. Taking this energy and really moving it outward. I like the direction of how I'm seeing all this. All this is moving, all this energy is moving to the right. From my camera perspective, we're going to the right. Right here, we're seeing the next scene here of community in the sign of Capricorn. And then we have our spiritual perception and how we have this inner strength in revealing our thoughts and ideas to others, but also having a direction. King of Bows, we have all this energy, all this healing movement. We can also see the Wizard as the healer, as the Aquarius is the water bearer. It's pouring out water into the stream, having 1 foot in the water, 1 foot in the land, representative of the star card in the tarot. We're being connected to our conscious and subconscious, and we're connecting those two together through the Wizard or the Magician. Ten of Bows, our responsibility when it comes to healing through our words, healing through our ideas, but for the betterment of those around us. The month of Aquarius is a sign of messages. There will be many messages out there, but there will be very few that really stand out and really ring to the people who are listening. And that's something that we need to watch during this month, during the upcoming month of Aquarius. Okay. Let's go here. Embodiment. This is for Pisces. Again, Pisces will be from February, I'm doing this off the top of my head, it will be from February 20th, I believe, to either March 19th or 20th of 2024. Okay, let's flip these other cards over. Got the Wheel of Change. Oh, excellent. 2 of Vessels, Attraction. I like seeing this transfer of energy from work, community, responsibility in our thoughts and our actions, how we harness any challenges that come our way. The Lady encompasses all of this energy. I'll move this forward so you can see we have the Pentacle that's right above her. The full moon's right behind her. We have the elements of earth, fire, water, the sky above, and the dove. We're seeing we're seeing fruition. We're seeing the early start of this energy of growth. We have the wheat here. We have the roses. We have the dove of peace. We have the swan and representing beauty. We have the bee of hard work. She's holding the cup and the sword. The intellect and the mind, or the intellect and the heart. And the crow, the messenger. I can read this as the high priestess in its external realm. The high priestess we always see as the keeper of the key of secrets. Those secrets are of knowledge, personal knowledge. But here we are in the sign of Pisces. Pisces is the subconscious. This could be the revealing of what's going on inside. The high priestess, as I said, this is almost the external realm of the high priestess. This is the revelation of the secrets, the magic of those elements of earth, air, fire, water, all in this one scene. The story we have here for Pisces, we have the wheel, known as the Wheel of Fortune. And here we see the transition. If you see here, we see the moon on our left and the sun on the right. It's the transitory time of darkness into light. The wheel is also a revelation of past actions, our karma. Making amends at this time. Okay. For Pisces, I'm starting to feel with these two cards is things are starting to become more outward. Things are starting to be more of a revelation to ourselves. Here the lady, her arms are open. She is ready. And look at the arm placement here of the wizard. Receptive and giving out. Sharing the knowledge and the influence here. This is more inward. Here, this is more revelatory, more external. Wheel of Fortune is what we have learned in this time of healing. As we go from the cave to the wheel. And then we have here two of vessels. The vessels in the Wildwood Tarot is for cups. And we're seeing the amalgamation of masculine and feminine energy coming as one. We have the deer, the stag. Here we have the horse. Two very strong energies. Opposing energies, but connecting from the heart or connecting with the mind through the heart. And their experience, emotional connection being poured into the cups. This is the joining. This is the welcoming of opposing energies for the month of Pisces. Okay, Pisces, as I mentioned, is ruled by Neptune and Jupiter. Neptune is the traditional planetary ruler for Pisces. Jupiter is one of the more modern planets. Jupiter is dealing with abundance, growth. And so what we're seeing here during this month of Pisces, we are seeing this shape-shifting energy that has been transforming inside during the month of Aquarius, doing the work, all this energy being harnessed, challenging, going back and forth, but also healing. showing the outcome, the beauty, the natural beauty, the grace. Learning from our past actions, the karma. And in doing so, the Two of Vessels, okay, the joining of opposing energies through the mind and making an emotional connection. Father, masculine energy, mother, feminine energy, of flaming hearts. Opposites attract, opposites can learn a lot from each other. And so in this journey from Capricorn, Aquarius to Pisces, we're seeing these stages of shifting energy and doing the work, but being steadfast in our actions, being self-dedicated, and trusting yourself that by the time of the end of winter, as we get into the sign of Pisces in mid-March, from February 19th to mid-March, something has opened up. And this creates a nice backdrop, a nice direction for us as we get ready to move into the spring equinox, known as Ostara. Okay, so here's our reading. A lot of shape-shifting energy, like it should be, during the changing of the seasons. And I like how these cards all spoke to me in a way of seeing the procession of inner growth, from regenerative time to spiritual awakening and confidence. Doing the work here during this month of Aquarius, and then the revelation in Pisces, which is very interesting because Pisces is a sign that is very much in the subconscious realm. It's very hard to sort out a Pisces. Pisces is the only sign that knows its own self. No other sign can really understand, I feel, what's going on with Pisces. Only Pisces themselves. And that takes us to our last three signs of our Western astrological wheel of the year. Okay, so again, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. If you have any questions regarding this reading, feel free to let me know. You can leave comments below. You can reach me through my website, where I'm available for readings. And also, I still have ongoing, I have 20% off my astrological wheel of the year readings, and also the witch's wheel of the year readings. I have 2 videos already posted, giving a demonstration of an astrological wheel of the year reading is from me, and also a witch's wheel of the year reading. So take a look at those if you are interested. They are discounted till the end of January. If you do buy them at any time by January, if you want me to do one of these readings for you, I will start it from the date that you would like me to. So if you want me to start for January, I will. Or if you want me to start, if there's something coming up in a few months, I can start it from that time of the year and going 11 months ahead if it's the astrological wheel of the year. The witch's wheel of the year, same deal. Okay, Well, probably depending on when the reading is wanting to be done, I could start either on Imbal or Ostara, because Imbal will be our next pagan Sabbath, which takes us between winter and spring. So again, Imbal is our first light of the year, and that's when winter becomes a little bit more. Well, our days are getting longer and our nights are getting shorter. There we go. Had to correct that. So let me know. Any questions? I am here for you. And I will be back to do more readings. And I will be having some guests coming up in the new year. So stay tuned. Like and subscribe. Let people know about my channel. And I will be seeing you all again soon. Thanks so much for your support.